In the heart of the Arabian Gulf, Qatar has transformed from a modest peninsula into a global powerhouse. The discovery of the North Field, the world's largest natural gas field, was a turning point. This vast reserve of energy propelled Qatar into one of the world's wealthiest nations. Qatar's leaders invested heavily in infrastructure, technology, and human capital, laying the foundation for its remarkable ascent. Today, Qatar stands as a testament to the power of strategic vision and decisive action. The discovery of the North Field catapulted Qatar into the ranks of energy giants. Qatar invested heavily in liquefied natural gas, LNG technology, becoming the world's leading exporter. This strategic foresight ensured Qatar could capitalize on the growing global demand for cleaner energy sources. In 1971, Qatar gained independence from Britain and a decade later discovered the North Field. This colossal natural gas field held an estimated 900 trillion cubic feet of natural gas reserves. The discovery provided the financial resources to fuel Qatar's ambitious development aspirations. Qatar forged partnerships with international energy companies to develop the North Field. These collaborations established Qatar as a major player in the global energy market. Transporting natural gas to global markets presented challenges. Qatar invested in liquefied natural gas, LNG technology, transforming gas into a liquid state for efficient transportation. Qatar's strategic investments in LNG infrastructure established it as the world's largest exporter. This strategic foresight secured Qatar's position as a reliable and competitive supplier of LNG. The revenue from LNG exports fueled an unprecedented economic boom in Qatar. The nation embarked on ambitious infrastructure projects, transforming into a modern metropolis. Investments in education, healthcare, and social programs improved the quality of life for citizens. Qatar's strategic vision and commitment to development propelled its extraordinary ascent. Qatar's leaders recognized the importance of looking beyond hydrocarbons for a sustainable future. Diversification efforts focused on finance, technology, media, and infrastructure. Investments in education, healthcare, and research aim to create a highly skilled workforce and foster innovation. Qatar's strategic location presented unique opportunities in aviation and tourism. Qatar Airways evolved into one of the world's leading airlines, enhancing Qatar's connectivity and tourism appeal. Investments in luxury hotels, resorts, and entertainment venues boosted tourism. Hosting major international events further enhanced Qatar's visibility as a global tourism destination. Qatar adopted a strategy of global investment through its sovereign wealth fund, the Qatar Investment Authority (QIA). The QIA acquired stakes in diverse assets worldwide, generating substantial returns and enhancing Qatar's international profile. These investments provided Qatar with access to new markets, technologies, and expertise. Qatar's economic strength translated into political influence, allowing it to navigate the complex geopolitical landscape. Qatar positioned itself as a neutral mediator, engaging in regional conflicts and facilitating peace talks. Its diplomatic efforts were driven by a commitment to regional stability and peaceful resolutions. In 1996, Qatar launched Al Jazeera, revolutionizing the Arab media landscape. Al Jazeera introduced independent and critical journalism, challenging official narratives. The channel's commitment to journalistic integrity earned it credibility and trustworthiness. Al Jazeera's success significantly enhanced Qatar's soft power and global influence. Qatar aspired to become a global hub for sports, culture, and entertainment. Hosting major international events like the 2022 FIFA World Cup showcased Qatar's modern infrastructure and cultural heritage. Despite criticism, Qatar remained committed to hosting a successful World Cup. The event provided an opportunity to highlight Qatar's vision for the future. Section 1, Regional Headwinds, Navigating the Gulf Blockade. Qatar's rise to prominence has not been without its challenges. Its independent foreign policy and assertive regional role have at times created friction with its neighbors. This friction came to a head in June 2017 when Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain and Egypt severed diplomatic ties and imposed a blockade on Qatar. The blockading nations accused Qatar of supporting terrorism, interfering in their internal affairs, and aligning too closely with Iran, charges that Qatar vehemently denied. The blockade, which included closing air, sea and land borders, sought to isolate Qatar economically and politically. This unprecedented move sent shockwaves through the region and beyond. The blockade posed a significant test for Qatar, disrupting its supply chains, impacting its economy and straining social ties. However, Qatar responded with resilience and determination. It quickly secured alternative trade routes, diversified its import sources, and ramped up domestic production of essential goods. Qatar also sought to resolve the crisis through diplomacy, engaging with international mediators and refusing to be drawn into a war of words. Its measured response and steadfast commitment to dialogue earned it international support and ultimately paved the way for a reconciliation agreement in January 2021. Section 2, the labour question, scrutiny and reform under the global spotlight. Qatar's rapid infrastructure development, particularly in preparation for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, brought international attention to its labour practices. Human rights organisations raised concerns about the treatment of migrant workers, who constitute a significant portion of Qatar's workforce. The kafala system, a sponsorship system common in Gulf countries, came under intense scrutiny. Under this system, migrant workers' visas were tied to their employers, limiting their freedom of movement and exposing them to potential exploitation. Reports of unpaid wages, hazardous working conditions and passport confiscation sparked international outrage. Qatar responded to the criticism by introducing a series of labour reforms. It abolished the exit permit system, which required workers to obtain their employer's permission to leave the country, and introduced a minimum wage. New laws were enacted to protect workers' rights, improve safety standards, and combat human trafficking. While these reforms were welcomed by international organizations, their implementation and effectiveness remained under scrutiny. Qatar acknowledged that more needed to be done and pledged to continue working with international partners to improve labor conditions and ensure the welfare of all workers in the country. Section 3. The environmental imperative, balancing growth with sustainability. As a major producer of natural gas, Qatar faces the dual challenge of sustaining economic growth while addressing environmental concerns. The extraction and processing of natural gas are energy-intensive processes that contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. Qatar recognizes the urgency of transitioning to a more sustainable energy future and has taken steps to address its environmental footprint. Qatar has invested in renewable energy sources, particularly solar power, as part of its commitment to diversifying its energy mix and reducing its reliance on fossil fuels. The country has set ambitious targets for renewable energy production, aiming to generate 20% of its electricity from renewable sources by 2030. In addition to renewable energy, Qatar has implemented initiatives to improve energy efficiency, reduce carbon emissions, and promote sustainable practices across various sectors. These initiatives include investing in carbon capture and storage technologies, promoting green building standards, and raising public awareness about environmental conservation. Qatar's environmental challenges are intertwined with its economic development goals. Balancing economic growth with environmental sustainability is a delicate balancing act, but Qatar is committed to finding solutions that ensure a prosperous and sustainable future for generations to come. Vision 2030, charting a course for a sustainable future. Qatar's Vision 2030 is an ambitious roadmap for economic, social, human and environmental development. It aims for diversification, knowledge-based growth and social justice. The plan targets various sectors to transform Qatar into an advanced society. Key pillars include economic diversification and human development, investments in education, healthcare and social welfare empower citizens. Section 2, Geopolitical Balancing Act, Navigating Regional and Global Dynamics. Qatar occupies a unique and often challenging geopolitical space. Situated in a volatile region, it must navigate complex relationships with its neighbors while also engaging with global powers to advance its interests. Maintaining a delicate balancing act has become a hallmark of Qatar's foreign policy. The 2017 Gulf blockade highlighted the importance of strategic partnerships for Qatar. Despite the challenges posed by the blockade, Qatar was able to leverage its relationships with countries like Turkey, Iran, and Kuwait to mitigate the economic and political fallout. This experience underscored the need for Qatar to cultivate a diverse network of international partners. Qatar also recognizes the growing importance of Asia in the global order. It has strengthened its economic and diplomatic ties with Asian powers like China, India, and Japan. These partnerships provide Qatar with access to new markets, investment opportunities, and technological expertise, aligning with its diversification goals. As Qatar looks to the future, its ability to navigate complex geopolitical currents will be crucial. Maintaining a balance between its regional alliances and its global partnerships will be essential for advancing its interests, ensuring its security, and achieving its development aspirations. Section 3, Investing in Knowledge, Education, Technology and a Future Beyond Hydrocarbons. Qatar understands that the key to securing a prosperous future lies in investing in its people and embracing technological innovation. Education, research and development, and a culture of entrepreneurship are seen as essential drivers of long-term economic growth and societal progress. Qatar has made significant investments in its education system, establishing world-class universities and research institutions. Education City, a sprawling campus on the outskirts of Doha, hosts branches of some of the world's leading universities, attracting students and faculty from around the globe. The goal is to create a knowledge-based society, fostering innovation and preparing its citizens for the jobs of the future. In addition to education, Qatar has been actively promoting technological innovation. The Qatar Science and Technology Park, QSTP, provides a platform for startups and established companies to collaborate, develop, and commercialize new technologies. Qatar is particularly interested in areas such as artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and renewable energy. Qatar's focus on education and technology is not just about economic diversification, it's about building a society that is resilient, adaptable, and capable of competing in a rapidly changing world. By equipping its citizens with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed, Qatar is laying the foundation for a future beyond hydrocarbons, one where innovation, creativity, and human capital drive progress. Qatar's journey from a modest Gulf state to a global player is a testament to strategic thinking and bold investments. The discovery of the North Field provided the catalyst for this transformation. Visionary leadership and strategic decision-making propelled its ascent. Qatar invested in infrastructure, education, technology, and global partnerships. Economic success translated into significant diplomatic influence. Qatar's role as a mediator and its support for global initiatives elevated its profile. Despite challenges, Qatar has shown resilience and a commitment to responsible growth. Challenges and opportunities on the global stage. Qatar faces a complex and evolving geopolitical landscape. The global energy transition and new technologies present challenges and opportunities. Strategic thinking and adaptability are crucial. Qatar's Vision 2030 emphasizes economic diversification and human capital development. Investing in education and technology is key for Qatar's competitive edge. Qatar leverages soft power through Al Jazeera and global events. Cultural diplomacy and international engagement are essential. Qatar's story is one of ambition and resilience. From a small Gulf state to a global player, Qatar offers valuable lessons.